Hey guys, Elementz here. I'm going to be talking to you about the new trinket system that just came out on the latest League of Legends patch, and I'm going to be actually talking to you about why I don't like it as a support player and how it affects bot lane. Things I don't really like about the trinket system is that the support, it's not really about ward wars anymore. It's not really about outplaying somebody with strategic pinks or oracle placement or that kind of play. They kind of took away a lot of the fun with counter warding and placing wards in the bot lane because of trinkets, because you can just place 60-second wards every 2 minutes on 2 characters, so you can have an interval of 60 seconds every single time, ultimately always having a ward out bot lane somewhere at some time if you just have the communication to do so. And the fact that it's increasingly harder to get rid of green wards now with the limited amount of pinks you can get, and for the fact that the pinks are easily killed because not only are they able to be seen, they don't go stealth anymore. You know, they have 5 HP, which they're harder to kill, but I mean ultimately it just kind of ruins bot lane's ward wars because sorry, let's say someone pinks. Let's say someone's just like, you know, dominating me and my AD carry, pushing us in, and I have my front brush warded, and I get pushed back into my tower now. So I have my green ward or whatever in there, and they drop a pink, and they clear out that brush, and they take control. But then, you know, eventually people have to back, eventually people push out, eventually, you know, trades can go bad. There's a million different variables that can happen to affect bot lane, but let's say for this example we're pushing back forward now and the lane's back in the middle. So even though I've done a better job as a support player to drop the counter ward, which is, you know, fun, you know, engaging play for a support player is to counter ward somebody, because the vision game was a very, you know, fun and popular point of the support role. It doesn't matter anymore, because as soon as they come back, oh, lo and behold, there's that pink ward, there's that 100 gold that just gets thrown down the drain to just clear one ward. And I don't really enjoy that. I don't enjoy that whatsoever, because the whole point to counter warding somebody was to take lane control and to take lane dominance, and if I can't do that, it's kind of stale. I've played a lot of support games today, and I gotta say they're probably the stalest bot lanes I've played in, because everything is warded. So you know when you're walking up in the brush, there's no risk. There's no like, I better sidestep back in and out of this brush. I better, you know, see if they walk in or not move up. You know, there's all this laning mechanics that went on into really good support mechanical play. And it's pretty much all been taken away because you're just farting out wards left, right, and center on everybody, and everybody can see everybody. And it's especially worse because bot lane gets 2 wards, and it's already, you know, easy enough to control a lane with vision, because there's only like 3 spots maximum, 2 spots, you know, 3 spots if you want to be like extremely safe, 2 spots if you want to be pretty damn safe, and like 1 spot if you want to be like rational, like, you know, like, okay, we're pretty safe, but you know, it's like the riskiest for it. So with that all being said, it just comes down to brush control with your, you know, 2v2 lane. And that, again, I know I'm kind of rambling here. It just really truly bugs me that pink wards are able to be seen now, and that especially bot lane, you know, has so much ward potential to have everything be seen. I kind of think pinks should be invisible again. I really think pinks should have 2 HP, just like stealth champions. They're fragile, but they're strong. They're strong, fragile things. You know, 2 hit points is enough where it can instantly be taken out. But I also think on the flip side, green wards should actually be the ones that having like 4 or 5 HP, because I think dropping a pink ward should be a risk-reward thing. I think that's something that League of Legends should look into, and Riot should look into, is that dropping pink wards should be, again, a risk, but it also has a high reward, because if the other player doesn't have a pink ward, or that was their last ward, and you saved a pink to counter it, you are you are basically outplaying them, or making it so you're able to take back that brush control, and get back even in lane control. And if green wards have 5 HP, it won't just be like it used to be. You drop a pink ward and you're like boom boom boom, green's dead, green's out of here. If dropping a pink has 2 HP and a green has 5 HP, it's actually a pretty risky situation to clear anything with any enemy around at that point, unless you have some sort of dominance. So then it becomes, again, a mind game of how can I get this green ward that has 5 HP out of here with my pink ward that only has 2 HP that could, in potential risk of dying right away. So it gives that push and pull, fun, engaging support play. That's really what we want, and we don't want to have that support kind of play, the ward wars, be taken away. Now, granted, you guys gave us a lot of gold, like a lot of gold, and I thank you, God bless, whatever you want to do. I'm not religious, so screw it. But basically what I'm saying is, thank you, Riot. You realized there was this huge issue, this huge gap in support and jungle, and you basically added up the gold value that was needed, and pumped a lot of it back into those roles, and made it more viable to play those roles and compete and basically have fun. Because as I said, items pretty much directly equal fun. And how do you get items? Gold. So having more items, having more options, having more responsibility with active items is very fun, engaging gameplay. So you did really good. But again, we have the two spectrums. We have more gold and we have the ward wars. You destroyed the ward wars, so you added fun and then you took away the fun. And that's what I kind of see. We're just kind of left with one fun when we could have 2 funs, then equals more funds. Not so good at math, but you guys get what I mean. It's like you did the right thing, but you also did the absolute worst thing for the mechanics of that lane, and that's really kind of how I feel. Other things you guys did good, but kind of make me. Actually, that's incorrect. Not make me. Things you did well was the ward cap. The ward cap was amazing to let everybody know that everybody needs wards. So right here, I'm actually going to go into why I think trinkets, besides the bot lane mechanics, Riot, you guys really wanted to let everyone know that everyone should be warding. So I mean, here's kind of my ideas on how you do that, and we eliminate trinkets all in one, and we just get the game back to the way it should be. So again, we have the ward cap. Ward cap is amazing. It lets everybody know that everyone has to buy wards, because I can go, I'm full stock of wards. Like, I literally can't buy any more wards, guys. The game doesn't let me. You guys have to buy wards. So at that point, everyone's gonna go, oh well, he can't buy any more wards, and we need more wards on the map, so I guess I have to buy wards. Right there. Great job, Riot. The ward cap was a brilliant idea. I love it. Next. Even better, though, I think the trinket slot should be the ward slot. I think that should be lit up when you go back to base. I think it should remind you that everyone should buy wards, and if you don't have a ward in that spot, when you hit that B and you go back to base, it has like a little white light, let's say, like a little circle, halo ring, like or something comes up. It's noticeable that it's telling you that you don't have wards and that you need to buy wards, and it's everyone's job to buy wards. I think that would be a great alternative to having the trinket in that slot, is a ward slot. So even when your carry or whoever is like, yo man, I'm 6 items, I can't buy wards, man, I got no room. Ward slot. Duh, it's so obvious that if we have a ward slot for everybody, everyone's going to know to ward. We don't need this trinket system. This trinket system's honestly just like, honestly, I kind of feel like it's a bunch of bullshit that's just so unnecessarily added to the game. And it really just dumbs down the support role, and it dumbs down the game, even more so than the game already is. And like, we can all admit, out of all the gaming communities, League of Legends is a pretty easy game to get into, but the really high skill cap that comes with this game isn't an individual skill cap, it's a team skill cap. It's moving together as a 5-man group. This is ultimately a team game. So why are we taking away, even more mechanics that made the single player, I guess, grind or a milestone that you had to hit or achieve to, you know, be a good player. Why would you lessen that when it's already pretty low? You know, that doesn't make sense to me. And yeah, I just really hate trinkets. And you know what also really bugs me is how Riot took away the 60-second ward. I know that's a replacement for the trinket, but let's assume the trinket system's going in the trash bin where it belongs, and we get the 60-second ward back. If it's so obvious that Riot wants to pump wards into everybody, why don't we have alternatives for a little bit more warding? In this case, a 60-second ward. You know, you got the mana biscuit and you got the 60-second ward in the utility tree before. So why don't we add that as like a 6 or a 9 point into the utility tree, let's say, and that way junglers and ADE carries and middle players and support players can all get 60-second wards, and we can all have, you know, one ward at the start of the game as a 60-second ward, except for like top laners. Sorry, top laners. And we can, you know, get more vision out that way. And, you know, that's just one idea. Another idea is, like, you can buy a 60-second ward and it goes right into that ward slot, and it costs 45 gold, but you can only buy one every like 5 minutes. So right there, you only have 60-second wards, so they're not like these wards that just sit all over the map for like 3 minutes and they're like hella obnoxious and you like, can't get rid of them unless you have an oracles or pink. They're low enough so that you can get vision out into vital areas. They're cheap enough that everybody on the team can buy them, and they don't even hinder that much stuff because you can still pink them and all that other junk that still comes with the game. Especially if you have oracles too, you can get rid of it. And that actually brings me to the next point on what I think should happen is I think oracles should definitely come back, but I don't think it should come back until 20 minutes into the game. If you guys want more engaging gameplay, you should really invest in the counter ward pink game. You should invest in the green game like that. You should invest in the 60-second ward game, and you should really only make it have 1 oracles per team too. If you guys want to lower that stuff down, that is the route you should take, in my opinion, because it just seems like the most logical thing to do instead of changing the game so drastically. You can easily add in a jungler item too, so you don't even get rid of the scan. Like, the scan isn't even that bad. I actually kind of like the scan on the trinkets. The thing I have an issue with is the wards. Actually, you know what? You could keep the trinkets and just like keep the scan shit, but like increase the cooldown by like way more, and I'd be fine with it. It's just that these wards just ruin bot lane, in my opinion. Anyways, I'm gonna stop bitching about that. And yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say, and it's kind of like my rant on this, is that I feel that, you know, these are just like honestly like off the top of my head. Like, I wrote down a few points beforehand, just to, you know, give me a reference, but it's just like I feel like there's so many options that we didn't have to give everyone wards and ruin kind of the meta of a whole role in the game to accomplish that. And yeah, that's pretty much how I feel about it. What do you guys think? Am I completely batshit nuts? Do you guys hate the trinket system too? Let me know. I mean, this is preseason. Let Riot know what you think. Let me know what you think. And yeah, that's about it. Peace.